You speak to me about everything else in life. Why would you not speak to me and confirm? Lord, I've been walking with you for 14 years. I know when it's you and when it ain't you. That's not hard to know when you spend time in the presence of God. You know what's him and what's not him. You don't get all psyched out and tricked. That's the beauty about having a relationship with God. You know his voice. And so I said, God, I don't have to date. I said, if you have something for me, then you're going to have to do it. You're going to have to bring it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just work on getting whole, and I'm going to be an awesome dad, and I'm going to do ministry, and I'm going to work, and I'm going to do that, and it's going to be me and you. We are going to be in love. Me and you, God. And that's it. And I meant it. And I just cut it, and that was it. And I was content. Anybody heard of Tori Kelly? She's got a song called Dear No One. Why y'all trying to pretend like y'all don't know who? She's got this song, download it. If this message so far is resonating with you, we got more to go. But if it's resonating with you, then I want you to download this song by Tori Kelly called Dear No One. She's basically talking about how she was enjoying being by herself. Yeah, she was enjoying, hold on a second. She was enjoying being by herself, and she basically is singing this song to no one who was out there. No one that was the someone who was out there. And she said, when the time is right, you'll be right there, and I'll be ready. So she became content within herself, her relationship with God, just her and God. She's good. Dear One. It's a beautiful song. And that became my song. I didn't even know. Me and my son share an iCloud account. And so the song just happened to be on my iPhone one day. He downloaded it. I don't know why he downloaded a song like that. 11 years old. Chip off the old block, apparently. But anyway, so the song just came on one day. It's an awesome song, and it needs to be your mantra that will set you up for your soulmate. So that was me. I'm like, I'm good by myself. I begin to enjoy my little place, you know what I mean? Begin to, hang out in it, watch me some movies, date myself. Go out and catch a show. I mean, and I really begin to enjoy that, and I enjoy that time with God, and I was just so focused on purpose, and purpose alone, and my soulmate walks into my life. See, here's what you need to understand about a soulmate. You don't seek them out. Wow. No, that's a real important point. You don't seek them out. God presents them to you. At the right time, when you are ready. Because you seeking them out, watch this, is you telling God that you're ready. As if you know. Sometimes God has to grow you up to match the soulmate that he has for you. So you think you're ready, but you ain't. You let God do it. You know, say, I'm going to find him tonight. Hey, I'm going to find her tonight. I'm going to find them tonight. I promise you, you don't seek them out.
Praise God.
Biblically. So, God gives Adam a purpose, an identity, a calling, and a destiny. And you'll find this in chapter 16 in my book, Purpose Mates. He gives him, and I'm going to be, if you don't have it, you'll be able to get it tonight. I'll sign it for you. God, when he's getting ready to bring Adam his soulmate, the first thing he does is he puts him to sleep. He puts him to sleep. And then, while he's sleeping, God reaches inside of Adam, who at the time he was pregnant with the woman. It was pregnancy in reverse. Adam was pregnant with Eve. He was pregnant with the woman. God reaches inside of him while he's asleep. Lay down, go to sleep. Because if you're awake, you try to do something, you mess this thing up. Go to sleep. He reaches inside, pulls Eve out, wakes him up, presents her to him. He's like, oh my God, it's bone of my bones, flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman because she's taken out of man. Why did God put him to sleep? To show him that you did not produce this. You just looked up one day and I was presenting this amazing gift to you. Don't look. You won't see it. You will choose wrong. I promise you, you will choose wrong. So when I got to the place where I said, God, no, I don't want, I'm done. It's me and you. And to be honest with you, I didn't really believe anymore, right? You go through something like that and you're like, I don't even know if love is real. Seriously, I'm just being honest with you. So I get called into a business meeting because I'm focused. And in a business meeting, I meet my soulmate. Now, here's the thing. I didn't even know at that moment she was my soulmate. Because all we had was chemistry. Hey. All we had was chemistry. She opened her mouth and spoke, and I'm like, who are you? Here's another thing about your soulmate. What connects you to your soulmate is not his or her looks. It's not the sex. I don't care how amazing it is. Shouldn't be getting that anyway, but I don't care how amazing it is. Hey. Shouldn't be getting that anyway. This is a real church. It's a real church. It is. It's not about the look. It's not about the sex. It's not about the money. It's about the spirit. What will attract you to your soulmate is the spirit of that person. That's why they talk about love at first sight. No, it's not sight, it's love at first hear. Because that person will open their mouth and say something or do something that will express and communicate that person's spirit. And it's what God uses. He uses that person's spirit to attract you. Because that body will fade. Oh, don't make me. You can use all the stuff they got out now. We got plenty of stuff, man. We can make it last like forever, like Keith Sweat. But sooner or later, you're not going to be able to hold it together. And so if you fall in love with the physical can change like this. Wake up overnight, things are sagging. Yeah, this is real talk. Things are sagging and dragging. They're sagging and dragging. God's not connecting you to that. But it's the spirit of the person. And watch this. That spirit will feel like it has been with you all of your life. That spirit will know you. How do you know me and we just met? We didn't just meet. Before I formed you in your mother's womb, I ordained this for you. It's a part of you. We were lost. We were disconnected from each other, but God, in His infinite wisdom, at the right time, when we were whole enough, brought us together to do this thing. So let me finish the story. So there was chemistry, but I'd already made my commitment. I'm not going off of chemistry. I had chemistry with the other four. I'm going to get judged tonight. I just... So that's that. We don't see each other for a few weeks. Bump into her somewhere else. And there's that chemistry again. And some things happened, you know, and then it was like God started, not that. Keep it lofty. No, let me qualify. You got to qualify, man, because you can be blogging about me tomorrow, right? So, no, there were several things where our paths just kept crossing, and at one point, we were at this event. There were 10,000 people at this event, and God literally ends up having us sit right next to each other. And it was a church service. So at the service is getting ready to end, we're sitting right next to each other. Can I tell the story? Yeah. And then I'm going to get to the last two, and then we're done, okay? We're sitting right next to each other, and then the preacher, it's at a church service or, you know, conference, and the preacher says, grab the hand of the person standing next to you. I'm like, hey. Hey. Give it to me. Hey. God is cool like that. There's mad chemistry, and then the man of God says, grab her hand. I'm being obedient, Lord. I'm being obedient. I take her hand. And it's the first time our hands touch. I take her hand, and I am not holding the hand of a stranger. I didn't know what it was at the time, but I'm like, you are somebody who means something serious, significant to me, just by the embrace of the hand. That's how deep it is. And then, we're getting ready to part, and she stepped out on faith. And she said, I'm going to be in LA in a few weeks, and you are taking me to dinner. I said, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So, I'm going to wrap this. Okay, so, it's still not over yet, right? Because now there's chemistry, there's connection, there's wholeness. On my end, I didn't know about it on her end yet, you know, especially, you know, stepping to me like that. I check it out and see. But I felt something. She's watching. She's going to get me for that. So, there's chemistry, there's a connection, but still we got to figure this thing out. And I think that's why she invited me to dinner, because she wanted to figure out, what is this? So we have so I'm going to dinner, I'm driving to dinner, I'm in the car, I'm driving through the canyon, and I am nervous as a teenager. And I am role-playing by myself in the car. I'm in the truck, and I'm like, and I'm like, who is this guy driving the car? I've never done anything like that before. You should have seen me. I'm practicing lines and crap. And then I'm like, what am I doing? This is crazy. And and so I get it together, and I just be yourself. And I go and pick her up. She looks incredible. There's that thing again, And so we go to dinner. We have a 3-hour dinner. We shut the restaurant down. And I am breaking all the rules. Bros, I told her about all that stuff that I was doing on the way to. You don't ever do that. You never do that. But I'm breaking all the rules. I'm like, well, I was on my way over to you, and I started role-playing with myself, and I'm it's crazy. And she was vulnerable too. So for 3 hours, it's like We were talking to each other, but we were each other. It was like she was talking, but I was talking. And I was talking, and she felt like she was talking. I'd never experienced anything like that before in my life. So we have an amazing dinner. We shut the restaurant down. You know how they kind of come around. Did you enjoy your meal 2 hours ago? So we leave, and here's the thing. I felt that it was holy. So when it's holy, there are no tricks when the night is over.
Right. Come on.
Hello, somebody.
Yeah, come on.
When you know this is a God thing, you ain't trying to pull no fast ones.
That's good.
You ain't trying to get no sugar. You're not doing any of that. Hello, somebody.
Yeah.
So I get in my car, I drive home, and I get to the house, and I'm feeling, my book is releasing that next morning. I've forgotten all about the national release of my first book. It's crazy. But because I'm so caught in this thing, right? And so I get home, and I'm like, all right, this is too strong. I said, God, either this is you or the devil. It's one or the other, and I'm going to find out tonight. I mean, because I knew it was spiritual, and either this is God or the devil. It's one of you. And then I'm like, and how can I feel this thing so quickly? That's another thing about your soulmate. It doesn't take long.
That's good.
It doesn't take long. When God is doing it, it doesn't take long to know. Now, you may have a process to go through, but to know, it doesn't take long. I do believe in this. So anyway, so I go to sleep, and I wake up in the morning. I'm like, God, here it is. I am utterly smitten right now by the spirit of this woman. She's a beautiful woman, but what got me was her spirit, seriously. I'm utterly smitten by the spirit of this woman, and I need you to talk to me because I just made this commitment to you that I am not going to date. I'm not going to be into anybody but you. The only way that I'm going to open myself up to anybody is if you bring them, and I'm feeling like you may have. So I need you to confirm this, because if this is you, great, but if it's not you, I'm taking my heart back. So literally, it was a surrender of all that amazingness, but that morning I got up at 4 a.m. and was ready to surrender it and drop it at the hat. See, if it's a soulmate, you can let it go.
Wow.
Oh, that's for somebody. That's for somebody. See, you don't have to hoard a soulmate. You can say, God, take it. I trust you. And if it comes back, you bring it back, that's the one. But if you're afraid, watch this. If you're afraid to let it go, there's something wrong with your processing. You're afraid to let it go. Feel that for somebody. You're trying to hold on to it like in desperation or in fear of losing it. You don't have to fear losing your soulmate unless you do something stupid in the relationship. All right, so I'm like, God, you need to tell me this is you. I don't like it. I just got my independence. I'm enjoying my place now. I'm listening to Tori Kelly, Dear No One. I'm an independent man. You know what I mean? Got a book coming out. I'm on tour. I'm successful. I'm prospering. I don't need. I said, so if this is you, you're going to have to let me know. And I don't like the fact that it's happening too quickly. This is, my whole thing is the 4 seasons. You read in my book, right? Every relationship has to go through the qualification of 4 seasons. You read that before? You need to get the book if you haven't, but you read that before. But basically, you qualify a relationship because somebody can sell you a lemon tree when the time for the fruit has not come. So you buy the lemon tree, winter rolls around, and you can't tell the fruit isn't on it, and you go through all the seasons, and then you figure out it's a pear tree or something like that. So that's my whole philosophy. So I'm like, God, this is warring against my philosophy. I don't like it. It's happened too quickly. How can I know this fast? Thank you so much. How can I know this quickly? And if this is you, it's all good. But if it's not, I'm strong-arming my heart back. And he takes me back into the garden story. And he shows me something in the story that I had never seen before. And it's a very, very key point to knowing your soulmate. So he takes me in there, puts Adam to sleep. It's not good that Adam, you should be alone anymore. You know, he puts him to sleep, reaches inside of him, pulls out the woman, presents him to him. Adam says, it's not bone in my bones, flesh in my flesh. She shall be called woman because she was taken out of man. But there was only one problem that I'd never seen before that God pointed out. He said he was asleep when I brought her to you. How did you know where she came from? He says, this is bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman because she was taken out of me. How did he know? He was asleep. How did he know where she had come from? There was something on the inside of him that was identifying with the fact that she came from him. This was his soulmate. And I was laid out. Call her 5 in the morning. Hey. You awake? Not really. Sorry. And she, on the other end, was experiencing something very similar. And then there's so many confirmations and so on and so forth. You need to have chemistry. You got to have a connection. You got to be whole. The point that I was making is that I was whole enough to say, God, I'm cool by myself. And what I come to find out later on was that she had done the